My campus is bigger than my hometown.
A lot of them are taking the language course to prepare for university. I'm just doing this for fun.
How's your roommate? We're coexisting. I was like, I don't know, I was on my phone or something and then I turned around, everything was gone. I'm like,
I guess she left.
guess she left. Yeah, I guess she left. When you only like used to Seoul, big cities, but actually Korea is like such a beautiful landscape and like only mountains and trees and everything's green. I can't get enough of that. So.
I'm from Indonesia and I'm taking the Korean language program in Korea University, Korean Language Center.
Okay. I am from Germany and I am an exchange student in architecture at Hanyang University Erika campus.
You've been here for 9 months?
I've been here
a year?
September, so since last year.
Since last year?
Now it's over.
I've been here since December last year, so it's been around 7 months now. Okay. My campus is prestigious.
Bigger than my hometown.
I go to Korea University in the Annam campus, and it's one of the Sky universities in Korea, which is, what was it, SNU, KU, and Yonsei. Even though I'm taking the language course and I'm not really a student, like I can't access certain facilities that real students can, I'm still proud to call KU my campus. How big is Hanyang? Is pretty big.
Hanyang is big, but I was going to the Erika campus. So that's outside of Seoul, but yeah, it's still bigger than the hometown I grew up in.
There are more students than the population.
There are more students than the population, that's true.
Of your village. Yeah. Next, my teacher.
My teacher speaks German.
That is the most random thing.
He studied in Germany.
Because he taught in Korean, right? And
yeah, he taught in Korean.
All your classmates were Korean,
yeah,
mostly.
And then he was also always complaining like, oh, alles vergessen, I forgot everything, because it was like 25 years ago that he studied in Germany.
Did you understand the lesson though? Because it was...
I was just there. I was existing physically, just there, trying my best. But yeah, the project was in group work, so I always had my partner to rely on and to translate for me, I think so.
My teachers are really nice. I don't know if they have to be nice because, especially in level 1, level 2, even if you spoke wrongly or informally to them because we haven't learned like the proper polite ways, they're just so happy about it. They explain really well. So the next one is my classmates are...
My classmates.
From everywhere.
My classmates were adorable. Everyone is Korean, not everyone was fluent in English, but they tried their best, so I think it was really nice and very adorable.
Do you speak Korean?
No! I don't speak Korean. So that was really funny, especially because one of my classmates, like, his English level is my Korean level, so it's just, we don't communicate.
My classmates are from everywhere because I'm taking the Korean language course, so there aren't any Koreans in my class.
That would be weird.
That would be weird. So I have classmates from Russia, Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Germany, America, Japan, Thailand, like really name it. That's a lot. Also from Morocco even, so literally from like all continents. It's really fun because everyone's there to learn Korean. And what's funny is I thought everyone could speak English, but no, like so our common language was Korean, so imagine like just us speaking in like toddler level Korean.
Wow, that's so funny.
같이 먹어요, 좋아요, 안녕하세요. Okay, the academic workload is light for me.
Light?
for me, it's light.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because you're a full-time student.
I was busy with only like 2 classes, like one project. I'm taking architecture, so there's like this one big project per semester that you have to do, and then I had another class. Like at home, I'm also busy, especially in front of like before like final submission. Then we also like stay at school or like at home. You just work all night. It's like, yeah, it's not a new thing, but here it's like during the semester, and also the midterms is a big thing here. Like you have the midterms and the finals, and both it's just like, I don't know, you have to prepare a lot, and yeah, so yeah, and also I see a lot of students here, like they live in the library. which is also kind of a vibe, I have to admit. Yeah, I don't
They
know.
start going to the library at 10 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can always meet people at like 3 or 4, and then it's just like some are sleeping, some are taking a rest, some are
Wow.
literally still studying, or somebody's running around with their toothbrush and just brushing their teeth in the morning.
For me, my academic workload is light, I would say, because I have 4 hours of class Monday to Friday. And we have quizzes maybe once every 2 weeks, and then we have speaking tests, we have midterms, and we have final exams. Final exams only 2 days. But like I say, it's light in comparison to full-time student. Like
Did
back
you
in
have
bachelor's.
classes every day? Like
have
I did
classes
not
every
have
day.
classes every day, but I was busy every day.
Because you had projects to do. So like for me, after classes then, I don't really study.
Don't
No, I
study.
study before the quiz, or like I review what I learned that day. But I think like I also see my seniors who are in level 5 and 6, they study a lot more because it's a lot harder. And here like we learn new vocab together in class, but there you have to prepare new vocab on your own because they're not gonna discuss it in class. They're just gonna go through like other materials, like longer texts and stuff. Because of course you're already in an advanced level. So it might be different for other students, especially because my classmates, a lot of them are taking the language course to prepare for university. I'm just doing this for fun. So that's maybe also where the difference is. Next one, best thing about campus life is.
They have a lot of clubs here. I think I don't have, like maybe because I'm from
Festivals, I would say.
Oh, festivals. Oh, we don't have that as well. You too, right? In Indo?
Oh, we do
Yeah,
have it, but I think because K-pop is so big here and they invite really big like K-pop groups or singers to the campus festivals for free for students, or even like for 10,001 for outsiders. We saw Busoksun in her campus. I'm like, and also in my campus, like New Jeans came, J Park came for the last day, and Mix for free, just like over there.
Yeah.
So the campus festivals are nice. And also, what clubs do you join?
Yeah, I tried joining the dance club. I was a bit too busy, but I don't know. I just think it's cool that you have a lot of activities that you can do on campus in your free time. They have like clubs for everything. Yeah, like at home I'm from a small university, so we don't have that. I know that the bigger ones have like Hochschulsport that you can also join sports clubs, but not in that extent as here. I think it's yeah, I think that's really cool. So you also easily find friends from
New
other
friends.
majors
That's
and
really
not just your classmates.
Here, as a language student, I have like the language center has our own dongari, has our own activities. So there's Samunori, K-pop
the
dance,
drums, right?
the drums, the traditional drums, and then K-pop song, and also taekwondo. But it's separated. It's only for language students. So if you want to find Korean friends, it's hard. But there's also Domi program. So like where they pair you up with Korean students and you can go like 3-4 people and talk per week or something. A memorable experience was
Memorable experience. Oh, my field trip.
kimchi workshop and free latte world.
I didn't do that. I don't know how to make kimchi.
So like we had to pay extra for the kimchi workshop, but it's like offered by the university, so we just have to sign up. And then we made kimchi for like an hour. That was cool. And also we went to Lotte World for free, like with my classmates, and the whole school went.
Nice. We did go to Andong, which is
Where
kind
is
of
I've never heard of Andong.
it's very like how do you say, countryside, and it's on the east, not on the coast, but like more in the east middle side of Korea. Yeah, and we went by car, so that was funny. So it's just my road trip, field trip / road trip. I went only with my studio, so we're 8 students and 1 professor, 2 cars. Guess what?
What?
BMW and Volkswagen. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it was
German
kind of
cars.
Yeah, German cars is kind of funny though. Like driving through Korea, which is kind of nice when you only like used to Seoul, big cities, but actually Korea is like such a beautiful landscape and like only mountains and trees and everything's green, and then you see like some of like the rice fields. Yeah. I can't get enough of that, so that was amazing. And we stayed in old Hanok. Yeah, so like all of us, and had like a self-made barbecue, which I totally enjoyed because I don't have a kitchen in my dorm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that was really fun. That was really cool. That was one of my best experiences, I think. Yeah.
That sounds really fun. Dorm life is wonderful.
such a sarcastic tone.
No.
You had a great roommate, right?
I had a good. That's why I'm like wonderful, like honestly wonderful. For me,
So
like
existing.
when I first came, so in my first semester, which is the first 3 months, I stayed in the campus dorm, and I had a roommate from. She's from South Africa / New Zealand. Shout out to you, Mila, if you're watching this. And like we just click, you know, like we can travel together. We go eat dinner every day together in the cafeteria. We have talks. We watch stuff together, and it was
so
great.
lucky.
I was so
Like-
lucky. I was so happy. And then I asked about her because at the time you also had a roommate, and it's like, how's your roommate?
And we're coexisting. We're like I had 2 roommates. The first one, I never really got to know her. She was super shy and the not outgoing type, and she stayed for the first like 4 months, so 1 semester.
I was
So,
really surprised that your roommate didn't even say bye when she moved.
Yeah,
out. And
she
you were in the room.
we have to clean everything and then tell the office that we're moving out, and then they will go and check. And she was like going in and out a few times because you, I don't know, have to care about your stuff, want to buy something, throw something away, go to the office, whatever. And then at one point the door fell like for the 7th time on that day. I was like, I don't know, I was on my phone or something, and then I turned around, everything was gone, and I'm like,
I guess she left.
guess she left. Yeah, I guess she left. Bye then. Have a nice life.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I took mine to the airport and we almost cried, and then something happened, but that's another story. But I took her to the airport, so
Oh, that's nice.
that was nice. I miss her. A typical free day or weekend looks like.
Typical free day during semester. Study. Go to cafe and study or travel. Like it was for me. It was either or.
I think on weekends normally, like on Saturdays I make content. When I'm not meeting friends, I'm working.
Yeah.
When I am meeting friends, then we would go. I think it's like the very Seoul style hangout. It's like you go eat lunch together in a restaurant, and then you go to a cafe afterwards, grab coffee, and then you go to a photo box,
And photo box, of course.
maybe an arcade,
Maybe an arcade.
maybe a movie, noraebang, and then maybe you grab dinner, and then maybe go out drinking afterwards.
But I really enjoy the Korean hangout. Like we
It's
need.
the city life hangout.
It's a. Yeah, maybe, but I think we need noraebang and like arcades more.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't
that's really
exist
fun.
really in Germany.
I also like the cafe culture that you're at. Like cafes here are actually like a public living room. You know, like everyone goes there,
Study,
like,
working.
study, work. Then you have to figure out. Like cafes have their own vibe, and I can study better in like with the calm music, with the calm environment, and others are like I don't know, like they hang out there for like the whole. You can technically hang out there for the whole day.
I find that really good because like sometimes me and my friend go out to study at 11 p.m. and the campus closes at 10:30, like the free campus. The library opens 24 hours, but I don't have access to that. And also in the library you can't bring drinks, you can't talk to your friends. So in the cafe it's sometimes like nicer.
It's kind of nice.
My comfort food in Korea is 돈가스 and 제육볶음.
I like bibimbap because there's so much in it.
You do eat it a lot.
I do eat it a lot, and the Korean style malatang. I think like malatang is usually
Chinese.
It's Chinese, but it's kind of Koreanized. I don't think it's.
My Chinese friends say this is not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. But I like the Korean version. I haven't tried the Chinese one, so it's very comfortable.
An underrated place is. I would say Inwangsan is nice. I think it is hyped up, but
Oh,
not a
hype.
lot of people know about it. Like
Yeah,
people don't
like-
go to Seoul to hike, you know. But I think the view is really
You
nice.
only meet like
Germans.
Germans, French, and Korean ajushis.
Ajushis.
Yeah, they are so fit. They're so fit. Though.
Yeah,
like you
that's
go up
true.
the mountains and then they come back down. And it's like you can do it. It's not far. Fighting. I would say when we speak of nature, I like nature places like Yeosu. Yeosu was nice because there's like the islands and water, or like ocean, mountain. You can go hiking. You have nature, and you have to try the dalgi mochi, the strawberry. I love mochi. It was so good. I don't know. It was amazing to see, like to fill 3-4 days of travel. So that was, I think, one of my favorite places in Korea. Yeah, because I like the nature.
Something I didn't expect about Korea is stairs.
On the way to the room, it's just up, and stairs. Up the metro station, stairs.
because like I think someone said like 60-70% of Korea is like hills, so it is very hilly, and also up the subway station, stairs. I mean, there are escalators sometimes or elevators sometimes, but stairs. I feel like, oh my gosh.
I feel like the buildings in Korea are very random. Like the use, I mean, it's a big city. Like the usual building height is bigger than in Germany, like so much bigger, and there's like so much going on in one building, and you have to know that there is a good restaurant on the 3rd floor next to the doctor or above the Noraebang, or like there's everything in.
But also because like the hidden places, like sometimes you just have to know it. Like we went to a cafe because of a friend's recommendation, and it's like in a random alleyway in the middle of nowhere on the 2nd floor or something. But it was really nice, and like a lot of people were there. So like you kind of have to know it, or maybe people look at recommendations on Naver a lot.
Yeah, it's like Naver, sometimes Instagram for like tourists, and
yeah.
But I mean, you also still have like some alleys where you know, okay, now you're like in a bar area or something. But shady places
Shady
too.
places.
like literally when you're walking to that random place that you found on Naver or something, and then you walk through random staircases which are so like you think you're in like the backyard of a building, or like I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like not really, because Korea doesn't like feel safe in general. But I'm just like this is not a public area. Like I should not be here. But
Trespassing.
but it's like that's the way. That's the actual way.
That's true. Okay. I spend a lot on
Coffee.
food. Because it's so like eating out is so convenient here. And also in the Pyeongjeoms, in the convenience stores, there's ready-made food that you can just heat up in a microwave, and they're relatively cheaper. Like I hang out with my friends when we eat.
Yeah.
You know, so like after class we go out to eat. So I spend a lot on food, and food is like all around 10,000 won per dish, more or less, like 8,000 to 14,000. Sometimes if you want to get barbecue, it's like 15,000-20,000.
I also have to eat out because there is no kitchen in the dorm. Compared to Germany, eating out is cheaper, but because I have to do it like every day, it's more expensive than cooking by myself. So I would say, I also spend on that. And then, coffee. Like coffee is kind of the coffee is the same as a meal in my school cafeteria. So.
Also, like, how is the rent compared to Germany? Like,
The
compared to
rent?
Indonesia, Korea is just expensive in general. Don't ask about the comparison.
I think I would say in Seoul it's similar.
Similar to big cities in Germany.
Similar to big cities. The dorms
My dorm was 400,000 won per month.
per month.
Per month. My one room is 450,000 per month. So I think it's expensive, but normal for Seoul, or even cheap for Seoul.
Yeah, I think it's around the same price. It depends on where you're staying.
My big room in a small city in Germany was 300 euros.
Yeah, well,
But it was like a village.
that was a village
So it's
life,
not really
yeah.
comparable. The drinking culture is toxic.
Toxic is good. I would say irresponsible at one point, to be honest, actually. Like compared to Germany, they drink fast. Yeah, like I just feel like they drink fast, and then it's always like you always have to chan. You cannot drink on your own, which is kind of cool. It's like they always have the shots, and it's like chan, and next round, and you're kind of forced to drink in that group. So yeah, I feel like it's a bit too much sometimes because they get drunk really fast.
But after you drink, you go to another drinking place.
Oh yeah, exactly. They change drinking places. And you also always eat with drinking. So you
that's
have
true.
like I don't know how
Gigantic. It's like a big omuk bowl or like odeng.
Yeah, it's like
Sometimes-
in the middle. Like sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's
Yeah,
it's
you can't
cold,
buy
like
the
a
drinks if
jar.
you don't buy the food.
Yeah,
And normally you go
exactly.
drinking after you eat food, so you're like super full.
Yeah, maybe that's why they start late. I feel like a lot start late, and you have like dinner at like I don't know at 7 or something. But then you start drinking at 10 because you also get hungry, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you go to the first place, and then everyone goes to the second place, and then the third place, and then we go to Noraebang, and then we go maybe to like they have Ausdauer, you know, like
Endurance.
endurance. Yeah, that's
Stamina?
true. Stamina. Yeah, so it's hardcore kind of sometimes.
So final statement. My student life in Korea has been a dream.
A dream for you.
For me.
That's so romantic.
I'm romanticizing it.
An experience. an illusion. I don't know. I feel like when I'm back home, it will all be like,
Did I even go there?
Yeah, did I ever go there?
That's true, that's true. For me, it's a dream because like the ones taking the language course for my age, like they've experienced uni life, they've experienced work life, and they're going here as an escape, kind of, or like because they want to try something new in life. That's also the same for me. So we take a lot of things more relaxedly, I think, than the prospective students. I'm doing something that I love, so that's why for me personally, it's a dream that I can just learn a language, travel, make content, you know. But for you, I think it was a lot harder.
Yeah, I think it was an experience in the good and the bad way, but everything was just very, very different, but also very similar at some point.
Germany.
To Germany, it's like, but I cannot really sum it up. It's like, it was a lot happened in 10 months. I'm happy that I did it for that time. After 4 months, and then a lot of people around me were leaving, all the exchange students, but because a lot just come for 1 semester. And I was just like, I'm not ready to go yet. I have to...
You just started adapting.
Exactly, you just start adapting, you just start get used to everything, and like the second term was so much nicer because then you see familiar faces, like hi, and then you know your way around, and that I don't know how to sum it up. It was an experience.
So if people want to study abroad in Korea, would you recommend it?
I would recommend going anywhere.
Anywhere, but I agree. Doesn't matter where.
Doesn't matter where. Korea is amazing. Be open-minded and don't expect too much maybe. So just.
I don't expect to run into K-pop idols everywhere. We haven't. I still want to. My friend did. She met Hoshi and Seungkwan in the mall. Took a picture.
You're disappointed.
I am disappointed. But yeah, maybe someday.
It's true.
Maybe today.
Yeah.
In Hangang, 3 a.m. Bangsan, Han River. We will meet you there. But yeah, it doesn't happen as much as you think. But also, even if they are around, you wouldn't notice.
Exactly.
If they wear a cap and a mask, they look like everyone.
Yeah, that's
it's so
true.
crowded. So.
Everyone, yeah, that's true. I think everyone, like, when you're Korean, you blend in easily.
That's true.
Doesn't matter if you're an idol or not. Like, cap, mask, then done.
Yeah.
You're invisible. Like,
Kind of.
yeah.
So, I hope you guys got a lot from that video. See you in the next one.